Welcome back to Orange Hat Reviews. We have received news about the Kenobi series again, but instead of it being a series, it's apparently being repurposed back into a film. This is according to Star Wars artist Jordan Mason. He reports that the Kenobi series is being repurposed back into a film. We got the article here from Bounding Into Comics, and let's get into it. Star Wars artist and former contributor to StarWars.com, Jordan Mason reports Obi-Wan Kenobi series starring Ewan McGregor, which was expected to stream on Disney Plus, is being repurposed back into a feature film. As reported by Bleeding Fool, Mason took to Twitter to write, "Well, since I've had more than two separate people tell me, I can share a tidbit. Seems like they were, or are, hard to say right now, considering shifting it back to a movie instead of a show. The lower episode count would mean they've certainly trimmed elements down. Hashtag Kenobi," he added. Disney Plus series was initially conceived as a film. McGregor revealed that fact in an interview with Coming Soon back in October. It wasn't always going to be a series, not initially, when we first started talking about it. That wasn't really in the cards, but everything's changed so much so quickly. It's really exciting that this is now, or exciting that it is now. It's really exciting that it is now. I'm really into the idea of being able to tell the story over several hours instead of just one hit. I think it's going to be quite cool. Well, now it's probably going to be one hit again. Mason reports comes after both Collider and The Hollywood Reporter indicated the Kenobi series was on hold. Collider even reported the crew that had assembled at Pinewood Studios was sent home. The Hollywood Reporter would indicate that there were issues with the scripts. Sources tell THR that the scripts, only 2 were written, and the story became an issue that the entire package has been jettisoned. That's a direct quote. They also reported the show would be reduced to 4 episodes. However, the idea that there were issues with the script was refuted by actor Ewan McGregor while promoting Birds of Prey. McGregor told IGN, "I've read about 80-90% of what they've written so far, and it's really, really good. Instead of shooting this August, they just want to start shooting in January. That's all. Nothing more dramatic than that. It often happens in projects. They just want to push it to next year." McGregor also indicated that he had not heard anything about the show's episode count being reduced. "I haven't heard that," he stated. The Hollywood Reporter's report was a little far-fetched to begin with, especially with the idea that there were problems with the script. When the series was announced at D23, Kathleen stated, "We are really close. We have all the scripts written. We are ready to start shooting next year. We could not be more excited. Can't wait to start production." It's safe to assume that Kennedy and Lucasfilm would have been satisfied with scripts if she's going to make a statement indicating they have been written. However, Lucasfilm has an increasing pattern of having issues with creatives and specifically directors. Colin Trevorrow was replaced by J.J. Abrams for Star Wars Rise of Skywalker, and recent leaked concept images about details about Trevorrow's Episode 9 Duel of the Fates indicate his film would have been radically different from what Abrams gave us in Rise of Skywalker. Rogue One, the story was a Star Wars story, saw Tony Gilroy come in and heavily edit the Gareth Edwards film. THR even describes Gilroy as the film's ghost director. Gilroy described what Rogue One looked like before he came in, and they were in such a swamp. They were in so much terrible, terrible trouble that all you could do was improve their position. Well, that's not good. He also detailed that there was a lot of confusion in the film as well. If you took a look at Rogue, all the difficulty with Rogue, and all the confusion of it, and all the mess, and in the end, you get in there, it's actually very, very simple to solve. Kennedy and Lucasfilm would also have issues with Solo. Ron Howard would replace Phil Lord and Chris Miller, who were originally tapped to direct the project. An unnamed crew member who worked under both Lord and Miller and Howard cited the reason Lord and Miller were canned was because they were doing too much experimentation. The crew member told Variety, "I got a lot of overtime under Lord and Miller, which ultimately was their downfall. The first assistant director brokers that with production. He ultimately went to the well one too many times, and Kathleen Kennedy blew up. However, a source close to Lord and Miller indicates that Kathleen Kennedy and company were constantly overruling their ideas. In their minds, Phil and Chris were hired to make a movie that was unexpected and would take a risk, not something that would just service the fans. They wanted it to be fresh, emotional, surprising, and unique. These guys look at Han as a maverick, so they wanted to make a movie about a maverick. But at every turn, they went to take a risk, and it was met with a no. Needless to say, there still appears to be rampant chaos at Lucasfilm. For all intents and purposes, they have no idea what they're actually doing over there. And I agree with that assessment, because Kathleen Kennedy has basically been saying, you're going to do this my way, or it's the highway. And she has pushed Lucasfilm in a direction that I think is very unfavorable. I think it has divided the fan base a little too much, and it has caused both sides of the fan base to basically actually admit to themselves and to everyone else that, yeah, it is kind of damaged right now. I mean, there are still the small elements of people that like Star Wars simply because it's Star Wars. I mean, if you slap a Star Wars logo on a bucket of piss, basically people will think, oh, it's Star Wars, and they'll want to buy it. That's basically what we got with the sequel trilogy. Basically a bucket of piss with the Star Wars logo slapped on it, and people drank that shit right up. Anyway, folks, that is the video. Y'all know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that jazz. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. Do you think that Kenobi should be put back into movie form, or do you think it should be a series? Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. This has been Orange Chat Reviews. Catch y'all on the next one.